As Kodak's prices continue to climb, I've been looking at low light sensitive film that can be up to snuff with Portra 800. Now, despite my best effort, there's actually, surprisingly, a really low amount of film stocks that actually give you that light sensitivity, but thankfully there are still a handful of ones that we can talk about. First up, and the most obvious, is Lomography 800. With good dynamic range and latitude, nice saturation, and tasteful grain, Lomo 800 is truly a nice alternative to Portra 800. Similarly, because it is 800 ISO, you do get great flexibility, allowing you to shoot it throughout most of the day and continue through golden hour and shoot it at night or indoors. Likewise, the colors during the day still look great despite having that 800 ISO tag and doesn't come with too much grain. Lomography also has quite a lot of infrastructure to them, so I would expect them and their 800 speed film to stick around for a long time. Lomo 800 comes in at around $39 for a 3-pack from one of my local camera shops, which compared to Portra 800 at nearly $20 a roll, and a 5-pack is damn near impossible to find for over $100, which is absolutely crazy. Next up, and probably my favorite of all the alternatives, is Cinestill 800T. Cinestill's quintessential 800T film is a motion picture film that causes light halations on your highlights, providing a very unique look to certain scenes. The T stands for tungsten, meaning it is made with the thought of being used in tungsten lighting. Despite the cooler colors, the skin tones rendered actually remind me quite a bit of Portra. And I've even shot a roll of portraits on 800T in natural daylight, and I've been nothing but impressed. Now, yes, I know most people love shooting this film at night, but I think there's a surprising amount of flexibility with it, and the color renders allow it to be much more than just a tungsten film. Cinestill 800T comes priced at $14.99 and is definitely worth giving a shot in place of Portra 800. Next up, things are going to start to get a little zany, but sadly there just aren't many one-to-one replacements for 800 speed film. Thus, next is 400D pushed to 800. Now, I'm not entirely sure if many people have even given it a shot, but given the flexibility and dynamic range of 400D that I've tested and seen so far, I don't see any reason why you shouldn't be able to shoot it at 800 and get good results. Now, granted, you probably will get slightly more grain than the box speed, but again, there's just not many options for 800 speed film. With its great look in multiple lights, not just daylight, I feel confident 400D could do great push to 800. Or at the very least, in a pinch, 400D would be serviceable if nothing else. Coming in at about $15 again, I think it's definitely worth giving a shot to one of these Cinestill films. Following the same theme, next up is Superior 400 push to 800. Now, this will definitely create more grain for Superior or whatever film you push, but you can definitely do it in a pinch. With Superior's great color renders and relatively low grain for a 400 speed film, I think it would do just fine. Priced at around $17 at Walmart, which is crazy to think about, it's a viable, super cheap option to test out and is definitely worth the time. Now, there are some older films that you might still be able to get your hands on, the first being Kodak Zoom 800. This film came out in the 2000s and got discontinued in the last 20 years, so the quantity may be quite limited. When it came out, it was a very vibrant film, leaning into reds and blues, but today, with it being expired, the color tones may look much different. However, for only $15 a roll, I think this is not a horrible alternative, at least until the remaining supply of them dries up. And last but not least, another expired film, Superior Venus 800. Superior 800 had been discontinued by Fujifilm in 2016, being replaced by their focus into their digital camera lineup. It is sad to think that we may never get these Fuji 800 speed films again, but I do have hope. You can still find a handful of these rolls on eBay for a decent price. I found a lot that was only $15 a roll, so I didn't think that was too bad. Being a more light-sensitive Fuji Superior 400 essentially, it truly is a great 800 speed film, and hopefully they can find a way to bring it back some point and bring some contention to Kodak's what seems like monopoly. What do you guys shoot for your low light film? Do you lean into Portra 800 or do you go about a workaround that saves you money in the end? I'd be interested to hear your guys' opinions on that and on these film stocks in the comments below. Otherwise, that's going to do it for this video, guys. Until the next one, peace out and have a good day.